Here is a number that will haunt you. 70%. 70% of all lottery winners end up bankrupt within 3 to 5 years of their big win. This is not a guess. This is a statistic. It has been verified across multiple studies, across multiple countries, across multiple decades. The people who win the lottery, who are suddenly handed millions of dollars that they did not earn, who are given the kind of wealth that most people can only dream of, are more likely to lose it all than to keep it. They are more likely to end up worse off than they were before they won. They are more likely to be divorced, estranged from their families, addicted to substances, and deeply unhappy. The lottery does not make them rich, it makes them miserable. And this is not because they are stupid, it is not because they are lazy, it is not because they are bad people. It is because the human brain is not designed to handle sudden wealth. The brain that has spent decades learning how to survive on a limited income, the brain that has built a psychological framework around scarcity, the brain that has developed coping mechanisms for financial stress is suddenly confronted with an abundance it cannot process. The old frameworks collapse, the new frameworks have not been built, and in the vacuum, chaos takes over. That is the dark truth about lottery winners. They are not victims of bad luck. They are victims of their own psychology. Consider the anatomy of a lottery winner's downfall. It is a predictable pattern. It happens again and again with depressing consistency. Phase 1 is the euphoria. The winner is flooded with dopamine. They feel invincible. They feel chosen. They feel like all their problems have been solved. Phase 2 is the confusion. They do not know what to do with the money. They are bombarded with requests from family, friends, and strangers. They are pressured to make decisions they are not equipped to make. They are told to invest, but they do not know how. They are told to give, but they do not know how much. They are told to spend, but they do not know what is reasonable. Phase 3 is the mistake. They make a bad investment. They lend money to someone who does not pay it back. They buy a house they cannot afford to maintain. They start a business that fails. They trust the wrong advisor. Phase 4 is the collapse. The money runs out, the creditors come, the relationships are destroyed. The winner is left with nothing, often less than nothing, because now they have debts and a broken life. This is not a tragedy. It is a predictable outcome of a brain that has been overloaded with a stimulus it cannot process. The lottery winner does not fail because they are unlucky. They fail because they are human. And being human means being vulnerable to the psychological forces that sudden wealth unleashes. Now, let me show you the hidden mechanism that makes this collapse so universal. It is called the endowment effect. This is the psychological phenomenon where people ascribe more value to things simply because they own them. When a lottery winner receives a windfall, they immediately feel a sense of ownership. The money is theirs. It is part of their identity. They protect it fiercely. They are reluctant to let it go, but they are also reluctant to learn how to manage it. They do not want to admit that they do not know what to do. They do not want to ask for help because that would feel like a weakness. They do not want to delegate because that would feel like a loss of control. The endowment effect makes them cling to the money, but they cling in the wrong way. They make decisions based on emotion, not logic. They invest in things they understand, which is often nothing. They spend on things they desire, which is often everything, and the money slips through their fingers. The endowment effect is not a character flaw. It is a cognitive bias. It is a quirk of human psychology, and it is one of the reasons that sudden wealth is so dangerous. Let me give you a real example of this collapse. The story of Jack Whittaker is famous, but it is worth retelling. Jack was a successful businessman who won the Powerball lottery in 2002. He took home over $170 million after taxes. He had been wealthy before the win, but this was a different level of wealth. Jack believed he could handle it. He had built a business, he had managed money. He was not a naive lottery winner. But the sudden wealth broke him. He was robbed multiple times. He was sued repeatedly. He lost millions in bad investments. His granddaughter, to whom he had given millions, died of a drug overdose. His wife divorced him. He said at one point, "I wish I had torn up the ticket."
Jack Whittaker was not a foolish man. He was a man who was overwhelmed by a force that he did not understand. He was a man who did not have the psychological infrastructure to handle the transformation that sudden wealth required. And he is not alone. There are thousands of Jack Whittakers. They are not exceptions, they are the majority. Now I need to tell you something that will make you deeply uncomfortable. The same psychological forces that destroy lottery winners are operating in your life right now. You do not need to win the lottery to experience the endowment effect. You experience it every time you refuse to sell a losing stock because you do not want to admit you were wrong. You experience it every time you hold on to a possession that has no value because it is yours. You experience it every time you make a financial decision based on ownership rather than logic. The lottery winner is just an extreme version of a pattern that exists in all of us. The pattern is the attachment to what we have, the attachment to what we think we deserve, the attachment to the story we tell ourselves about our money. And that attachment is the enemy of good financial decision-making. It blinds us to reality. It makes us hold on to things we should let go of. It makes us let go of things we should hold on to. It is a cognitive trap that the wealthy have learned to avoid. They have learned to detach from their possessions. They have learned to make decisions based on value, not ownership. They have learned to be ruthless about what they hold and what they sell. They have learned that attachment is the enemy of wealth.
Here is the psychological shift that will protect you from the curse of sudden wealth, whether it comes from a lottery, an inheritance, or a windfall from a business sale. You need to understand that wealth is not an event. It is a process. The lottery winner thinks of their wealth as a one-time event. They receive a check and they think they're done. They think that the wealth is the finish line. They are wrong. Wealth is the starting line. The real work of wealth begins after the money arrives. The real work is the management of psychology. The real work is the construction of a new identity. The real work is the development of new habits. The real work is the building of a system that can handle the new reality. The wealthy who have built their wealth slowly understand this. They have grown their wealth through years of discipline, through years of learning, through years of failure and recovery. They have built the psychological infrastructure that can support their wealth. The lottery winner has not. They have skipped the process. They have jumped to the destination, and that is why they fall. The process is not optional. The process is essential. Without the process, the wealth is unsustainable. Let me give you the actionable system that will prepare you for wealth, whether it comes suddenly or slowly. Step 1. Build your psychological infrastructure before you need it. Educate yourself. Read about behavioral finance. Read about wealth management. Read about the psychology of money. Understand the traps before you fall into them. Step 2. Create a decision-making protocol for sudden financial events. If you ever receive a windfall, do not make any major decisions for at least 6 months. Do not spend, do not invest, do not give, do not change your life. Park the money in a safe, liquid account and take time to think. 6 months is not a long time in the context of a lifetime. It is enough time to build a plan that will protect you for decades. Step 3, and this is the master key. Treat your wealth as something you are building, not something you have achieved. Whether you have $10,000 or $10 million, you are in the process of building. You are learning, you are growing, you are adapting. The moment you think you are done, you are vulnerable. The moment you think you have arrived, you are at risk. The wealthy who survive are always in process. They are always building. They are always learning. They are never done. Here is the final truth that will either set you free or haunt you for the rest of your life. The lottery winner's curse is not about the lottery. It is about the sudden transformation without the psychological preparation. It is about the illusion that money solves problems. It does not. It amplifies who you are. If you are generous, money makes you more generous.
If you are anxious, money makes you more anxious. If you are insecure, money makes you more insecure. If you are undisciplined, money makes you more undisciplined. The lottery winner is not cursed because they won the lottery. They are cursed because they won the lottery without being ready for it. The same curse applies to anyone who receives sudden wealth, the inheritance, the IPO, the stock windfall. The same psychological forces are at work, the same patterns emerge, the same collapse is possible. The solution is not to avoid wealth. The solution is to prepare for it, to build the psychological infrastructure before you need it, to treat wealth as a process, not an event, to never stop learning, to never stop growing, to never stop building. That is the only way to break the curse. That is the only way to turn wealth into freedom. Start today, not tomorrow, not next month, today. Because the only thing worse than winning the lottery and losing it all is not winning the lottery and still losing everything you have.